the engine for Seattle today. That is a major improvement from Indiana's defense.
The first 3 minutes.
Caitlin Clark's WNBA career is off to a rocky start. With 3 technical fouls in just 9 games, the #1 draft pick is walking a thin line. Will her fiery attitude lead to a suspension, or can she turn things around before it's too late? Let's talk about the WNBA's technical foul rules, because they're at the heart of Caitlin Clark's current predicament. In the WNBA, players are walking a tightrope when it comes to technicals. Get 7 of them, and you're sitting out for a game. Each one after that, another game on the bench. Now, here's where it gets dicey for Clark. She's already racked up 3 technicals in just 9 games. That's a pace that could land her in hot water if she doesn't pump the brakes. So what's got Clark so fired up? It's all about adapting to the pro game. The physicality in the WNBA is on another level compared to college ball, and Clark's feeling the heat. She's been getting into it with the refs, arguing calls, and showing her frustration with the way she's being defended. Clark's not shy about expressing her feelings on this. She's been quoted saying, "I feel like I'm getting hammered." That's a pretty clear indication of how she's experiencing the step up to pro basketball.
Obviously, you were fiery, there's a lot going on. Can you describe what's going on in your brain at that moment?
And too much. I got a technical for basically being mad at myself because I missed the 3 and then I went and hit the backboard. And he told me it was disrespectful to the game. I don't know, it reminded me of the technical that I got in college where I said, damn it, where it's like a personal frustration.
Now, these technicals aren't just about potentially missing games. They're hitting Clark where it hurts, in the wallet. The WNBA has a system of escalating fines for technical fouls. The first 3 set you back $200 each. The next 3, that jumps to $400 a pop. And if you're unlucky enough to get more than 6, you're looking at $800 for each one after that. For a rookie just starting out, even with a decent contract, those fines can add up fast. The situation puts Clark in a tough spot. Her competitive fire is what's made her such a sensation. It's why fans tune in to watch her play. But now she's got to find a way to keep that intensity without crossing the line. It's a balancing act that many young stars have to figure out when they enter the pro ranks.
I think I could have done a better job of kind of regaining my cool, but that's like the fire and passion that just gets me going. It's just
For the engine for Seattle today. That is a major improvement from Indiana's defense.
The first 3 minutes.
Caitlin's literally like, what?
Clark's coach, Christy Sides, is working overtime to help her star player navigate these choppy waters. Sides knows that Clark's passion is a huge asset, but she also understands the need to channel that energy in the right direction. The focus now is on getting Clark to concentrate on her game rather than getting into it with the officials. Despite these challenges, it's important to remember why Clark is such a big deal in the first place. She's been setting records left and right, particularly with her assists. And let's not forget the impact she's had on WNBA viewership. Clark isn't just a player, she's become a phenomenon that's drawing more eyes to women's basketball. The big question now is, can Clark adapt her playing style and mindset to avoid further technicals while still maintaining that competitive edge that makes her so special? It's a critical juncture in her young career, and how she handles this could set the tone for her future in the league. Caitlin Clark's journey from college superstar to WNBA rookie is proving to be quite the roller coaster ride. The transition from NCAA to pro basketball isn't just about facing tougher competition. It's a whole new world of physicality and expectation. Clark's finding out firsthand just how different the game can be at the highest level.
it had nothing to do with their reffing, had nothing to do with other teams. It was just because I'm a competitor and I felt like I should have been making more shots. But I think he fired me up to continue to play a lot harder. I thought we got a lot better after he did that. So I want to thank him for that.
In college, Clark was the undisputed queen of the court. Her long-range threes and flashy passes made headlines and earned her a massive following, but the WNBA, that's a different beast entirely. The players are bigger, stronger, and a whole lot more physical. Clark's feeling the heat, and it's showing in her stats and her reactions on the court. And one of the biggest hurdles Clark's facing is adapting to the way the game is officiated in the pros. In college, she was used to getting certain calls and having a bit more leeway with the refs. Now, she's finding herself on the wrong end of the whistle more often than not. It's frustrating for a player who's used to dominating, and that frustration is bubbling over into technical fouls. Clark's not shy about expressing her feelings on the matter. She's been quoted saying, "I feel like I'm getting hammered." That's a pretty clear indication of how she's experiencing the step up to pro basketball. It's not just about the physical play though. Clark's also dealing with defenses that are specifically designed to shut her down. Teams have done their homework, and they're not about to let the rookie phenom run wild. But it's not all doom and gloom for Clark. Despite the challenges, she's still making waves in the league queue. Her assist numbers are off the charts, setting records for a rookie season. Clark's vision on the court is translating well to the pro game, even if her scoring hasn't quite caught up yet. Clark's coach, Christy Sides, is working overtime to help her star player navigate these choppy waters. Sides knows that Clark's passion is a huge asset, but she also understands the need to channel that energy in the right direction. The focus now is on getting Clark to concentrate on her game rather than getting into it with the officials. Sides has been clear about her approach, saying, "We're spending too much time talking to the officials. We've got to leave that alone." It's a delicate balance though. As Sides puts it, "I don't want to take that away from her. That's the difference in who she is." The challenge is helping Clark maintain her competitive fire while learning to pick her battles. So how can Clark adapt her playing style and mindset to avoid further technicals while still maintaining that competitive edge? It's all about focus and control. Clark needs to channel her frustration into her play, using it to fuel her performance rather than letting it spill over into arguments with the refs. One strategy might be for Clark to work on her body language and reactions. Instead of visibly showing her frustration, she could focus on getting back on defense or setting up the next play. It's also about learning the nuances of the pro game, understanding what she can and can't get away with when it comes to physical play and interactions with officials. Another key aspect is mental preparation. Clark could benefit from working with sports psychologists or mindfulness coaches to develop techniques for staying calm under pressure. This could help her keep her cool even when calls don't go her way, or when she's facing particularly physical defense. It's also worth noting that Clark's impact on the league goes beyond her on-court performance. She's been a massive draw for viewers, bringing new eyes to the WNBA. This increased visibility is great for the league, but it also means more scrutiny for Clark. Learning to handle that pressure is another part of her adaptation to the pro game. Caitlin Clark's situation isn't just about one player's struggle with technical fouls. It's a window into the broader landscape of women's sports, highlighting issues that have long simmered beneath the surface. Take, for example, the stark reality of pay in the WNBA. Despite Clark's immense popularity and lucrative endorsement deals, her base salary as a rookie is a modest $76,535. That's a far cry from what her male counterparts in the NBA earn, shining a spotlight on the persistent pay gap in professional sports. This disparity becomes even more glaring when you consider Clark's impact on the league. She's not just another rookie, she's a phenomenon drawing millions of viewers to WNBA games. Yet the collective bargaining agreement that limits player salaries remains a point of contention. It's a classic case of the value a player brings versus what the system allows them to earn. But it's not all doom and gloom. Clark's presence in the league has caught the attention of some big names in the sports world. LeBron James and Charles Barkley have both voiced their support for Clark, recognizing her influence on the WNBA's visibility. Barkley in particular didn't mince words when he said, "Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters. All the money and visibility she brings into the WNBA." Barkley's statement isn't just talk, it points to real, tangible changes happening in the league. Now, the WNBA recently committed $50 million to charter flights, a long-standing request from players. This move is seen as directly linked to the increased attention and revenue that stars like Clark are bringing to women's basketball. Clark's journey through these early challenges could set a precedent for future rookies entering the WNBA. Her experiences with officiating and adapting to the physical play of the pro game might influence how the next generation of players navigate similar hurdles. It's not just about Clark anymore, it's about shaping the future of the league. The increased media scrutiny that comes with Clark's popularity is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it brings much needed attention to women's basketball. On the other, it places immense pressure on young athletes who are still finding their footing in the pro ranks. How Clark handles this spotlight could provide valuable lessons for future stars. This situation also highlights the ongoing conversation about gender equality in sports. Clark's visibility and the discussions surrounding her potential suspension are elevating the discourse around women's sports and their treatment within professional leagues. It's forcing fans, officials, and league executives to confront long-standing issues head-on. And the positive changes we're seeing in the WNBA, like the charter flight commitment, are just the beginning. They represent a shift in how women's sports are valued and supported. Clark's impact both on and off the court is playing a significant role in driving this progress.